I have a question for you, Q. Let's say you were you didn't really get a thorough background on a girl you were dating, and you're engaged, or even let's say you're married, and you find out. Let's say engaged, right? And you find out somehow it never came up in conversation. You thought a certain way about the girl, but then somehow you find out that she'd previously slept with 100 men. Are you calling the engagement off?
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Do you guys object to that? Do you think that's wrong for us to call off the engagement because it's wrong?
It's personal preference. It should have been disclosed earlier.
Well, I do agree with that. I do agree with that.
But hey, some people, I would say the conversations we have on this podcast where we're talking about body count, I hear from a lot of women, they say, oh, I've never had a guy ask me about my body count. It never comes up in conversation. So I assume a lot of these men are dating women, they frankly don't know.
Yeah.
They don't know. And a lot of them, it's like ignorance is bliss. They don't want to know. But if they found out, so in that scenario, would you object to the guy calling off the engagement, breaking off the relationship? He finds out she's previously slept with 100 people.
I don't understand why that would affect anything.
Well, we can get into that in a bit, but you object to the guy breaking it off under those circumstances.
I don't think it's wrong.
Don't think it's wrong?
I don't think it's wrong either.
Be honest.
I think, like, I mean, if I was a girl and if I was in the exact same situation, I would kind of call it off too.
Oh, okay. What about you?
I would call it off.
I would call it off.
Oh, well, that's not really so much, well, okay, fine. That's
Do
fine,
you
that's
object to the man?
the man calling it off. Maybe you might call it off, but.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, how about a different question? Without asking what your body count actually is, if a guy found out what your body count was and you guys were engaged, let's assume though you didn't spend anything on the wedding, right? So let's not make it that dramatic. He never asked you what your body count is, but somehow it comes up in conversation and he's like, whoa, I thought differently of you. Whatever your body count is, right? And he calls it off. Would you feel like that was an unfair, unjustified breakup?
With my current body count or with can you say that again?
Like, are you saying if
okay,
this
you're dating a guy, whatever your current body count is. You've been dating him for a year, you're engaged.
Yeah.
He finds out somehow.
Yeah.
Whether you tell him, he finds out from other people. And he's like, whoa, that's a bit too high for me. I'm actually reconsidering this relationship. I think we should break up. Fair, unfair?
It depends on how high the body count is.
Whatever yours is.
Oh, yeah, no. I would say then have fun finding someone, like, with lower. It's, you know what I mean? There's not that many girls with lower, so... No, there's a lot. But you know what? I'm not that high, so I would say that he's probably going to have to find a virgin.
Okay.
I disagree.
Okay.
I would respect that person even more, I think.
Huh, okay.
I mean...
He dumps you because of your current body count.
I'd be like, oh.
Oh. Oh. That's it? Okay, cool.
Just
Later.
I think I would respect him too.
Okay.
I would just be like, okay, that's your problem.
I would not object to it, but honestly, he seriously should have passed away before the engagement. I think that's honestly his fault for not doing due diligence to begin with, but I would not object to it.
Yeah. I think that is fair. Like if it is a deal break, like a huge deal breaker for you, then maybe you should ask sooner rather than later.
All of the deal breaker stuff should be asked earlier.
How many, like, y'all have been in relationships, right? Mm-hmm. Of all the relationships you've been in, how often is that a conversation? Never. Like, do you disclose, like, you talk about, yeah, I fucked 10 other dudes?
I'd say most of them, but I've only been, like, ridiculed for having a sugar daddy, but never for how many people I've been with.
Okay, we'll talk about that later. Thanks, bro, for the prompt.
You're welcome.
Oh my God.
We waiting on you.
I don't think I've never...
I got you.
I've never gotten judged for my body count, I don't think. Or at least not.
To your face.
The current guy,
Yeah, like at least not to my face.
Yeah.
the current guy that you're seeing. Have
He
you?
didn't judge it.
Does he know?
He knows.
A little closer to the mic if you can. He
He
knows.
knows.
He's cool with it.
Yeah.
And he moved from Turkey to the U.S. to be with you.
Yeah, obviously he cool with it.
Okay. Yeah.
Sips
What was
water.
the exact question?
I forgot. What was it?
What did he ask you?
Yeah, what was it?
What was
Was it-
what?
Oh, if a guy
Found out
What?
your body count, would he call it off?
Oh,
Oh.
no. It was
like, have you
that-
been asked
in
about
your relationship.
Oh,
Have you ever been asked your body
Oh.
count?
Yeah, I ask all the really personal questions.
Yeah, I agree.
Agree with what?
With what she said, and yeah.
What did she say? I don't think you know what the question is, my dear.
Maybe I don't. Can you repeat the question?
Has a guy ever asked your body count?
Yes.
Okay.
I haven't been asked that. Yeah.
Yeah, like my ex, yeah.
Okay.
I've never been asked, but I
Okay.
disclose it anyway.
Yeah, it doesn't really come up. I have a photo that we're gonna pull up that is kind of related to this, the whole waiting. Can you put us? Just
What the-
maybe get rid of us.
No.
Oh.
Disturbing.
So
Oh my gosh.
this is see the guy in the suit and the flowers.
It's the Turkish guy.
No, but like that's kind of what I'm trying to say. That's how it feels. Oh, I come along and I'm supposed to be the guy with the flowers and we're gonna wait till we're married. You know what I mean?
Okay, but you're judging me for sleeping with other like men technically, but most guys are sleeping with other like girls as well.
And as a woman, you are more than welcome to judge men for their promiscuity, but it happens to be the case that I think women are not quite as invested in male promiscuity as the reverse. You're welcome to disqualify the men you date because of their body counts. Realistically, though, women typically don't, so
I think it's just because we're not
not
insecure.
one. You're not insecure. Oh, okay.
Well,
We can
I
go
think
into that. We
Our
can go into that.
standards are different. Like we might not, judge a man for his body count, but we might judge him for if he has like a porn addiction or if he's liking other women's pictures on
That's fair.
Instagram. Like
That's fair.
I don't like that.
Wait, so going back to you though, so you said insecure. So you think is it insecure for a guy to care about a woman's body count?
I think that's like what I would assume, because like if you're caring about like my past,
Mhm.
like who's done what with me in the past, then I don't know. Like I would just
Assume they're insecure about what?
like just like the other guys,
Okay.
because like
I hear this a lot, and you're not necessarily wrong, but I'm gonna add a twist to it. So what? What's wrong with a man being insecure about his woman having slept with a whole bunch of men? Now that's what I really want to know the answer to, because I get tired of women saying he's insecure. Okay, let's say you're right. So what? Now what? Yes, I'm insecure. I don't like the fact that you slept with a whole bunch of men. I don't like the fact that you were a sperm depository, a cum dumpster. I don't like that. So let's say that. So then what? Now what? Now that I've admitted that I'm insecure and that it bothers me because I'm worried about your fidelity, your loyalty to me. I'm worried about if you're gonna fall back into your ways, your habits, that when you were sleeping around with these men, that is going to reveal itself in our relationship. I'm worried about if you're going to cheat. I'm worried about all of these things.
because
Are
I
these-
slept with other men.
Yeah,
you're
are these valid
worried
concerns?
that I'm gonna cheat? But did you not
Yes.
sleep with other women?
We ain't talking about me sleeping with other women. We talking about
But
you addressing me
that
being
also
insecure.
means that you would cheat.
Oh, I'm just showing him notes. I have notes from a video he did a while ago.
I
You're-
did a video.
Yeah, you did a video. Insecure on all these fronts. Insecure for this, insecure for this. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, remember that video? Oh,
Wookie donated $100.
they're coming for
Brian,
you, Puffy.
Please
I'm
never
sorry.
have Puffy Vegas on. It will be worse than the meth head from the last podcast. I can't my IQ getting any lower. I said what I said.
I think Puffy just wants some
Thank you,
love.
Wookie. Appreciate it.
So did you want me to?
Oh, if you wanted to, like, I have the list pulled up.
Oh,
for you,
okay.
If you wanted to look at it.
Because I was on a whim.
Yeah.
But okay, so I'll read from the list.
Yeah, read from the list. All right,
I'll
I'll
read from
turn
the list.
this.
So I had said initially in response to a woman, I went viral for this several times. She said, "Why does body count matter?" I said, "I'd be concerned about the long-term benefits of dealing with promiscuous women. I'd be concerned about your oxytocin receptors densified to the point where you can't effectively pair bond, poor sexual discipline, and you didn't receive orgasms from the guys that you dealt with, which means you constantly chase validation because you want an orgasm. So you constantly have sex with more guys trying to chase an orgasm. That's a thing that happens. A hidden STI, increased risk of divorce. All of those things are correlated to women having higher body counts, not to mention the scientifically rooted perspective of we are repulsed by women with higher body counts because of a phenomenon known as paternity uncertainty, which means a promiscuous woman is more likely to cuck you, to have a baby by another man, and you don't know about it.
So, what's the difference with the man?
Wait.
Like when a man does that?
Oh, she wants to know what's the science behind men who have a high body count. How does that affect marriages and relationships with future women?
I don't think
Would that
men,
not
but I don't
also-
think men call women who don't want to date promiscuous men insecure.
Secure, yeah.
Men don't
Sorry.
really.
Yeah, it's about
Care,
it's
I
about the
think.
way we get labeled, but we don't do that to women.
We don't. Yeah,
so
we're
that's
not
the
gonna
difference.
label a
Yeah,
woman.
we don't say,
Like-
"Oh, you're insecure because you don't want to date me because I slept with a lot of women." I'm not going to say that.
We'd probably just like, okay,
Right.
that's your call.
That's
fine.
the point. That's where these conversations. See, anytime women try to apply the same thing to men, the difference is what women say about men is not the same thing that men say about women. When the tables are turned, we accept when a woman don't want to date us for whatever reason, but women will shame us, call us names, say things about us. Oh, you're insecure. Or it's because you have small dick energy. Yada yada yada, and that's what we want to know. Like,
It's
What
valid.
what y'all call insecure, I call having a boundary.
Yeah.
I agree. Did you say period?
You want more? You got more for us? What you got? What you got?
No, I actually agree with that.
okay.
Everybody has boundaries. I mean,
Yeah.
I got some more analogies, by the way, if that would be helpful.
no more.
You know what?
More.
I'll
really
tell you what,
don't.
though. I am insecure about catching herpes. How about that? You're right.
I
am
will
insecure.
say health-wise, like
I'm
I would be
insecure.
scared.
Okay. Well, someone who's had more sexual partners is more likely to have an STD, whether known or unknown.
Well, you should get checked after.
Yeah, but somebody who's like, let me ask you a question, right? So you said it was like, was it a 6-month period, a 1-year period where you had the, was it 30 so sexual encounters? Were you getting tested between each of those?
Every single time.
Stop the cap, bruv.
No, I actually went. I was because I went to UCR.
Puffy_Vegas donated $100.
Oh, look at
I've
that.
known thousands and thousands of women.
Oh.
I've never met one that was faithful ever.
Wow,
Every
wow.
minute woman I met has
I've
tried to
known-
have sex with me. Right, have the one rate. PS 9 inches.
Oh my gosh.
What?
I don't even know what button to press for that one.
Word.
Thank you, Puffy Vegas. Appreciate it. We're gonna pull it up in just a sec.
Oh.
Wait, so you're saying you'd have sex with a guy, and then you would not have sex with another guy until you were tested?
Yes.
I'm gonna call the cap on that one.
No,
I'm calling
no. I'm genuinely scared for that. I don't, because it was my ex. I don't know how to explain it, but he scared me, so I'm actually scared.
All right. Okay. Well, I have some more analogies here. I'm gonna give. Okay, how about this? Okay. Let's say we're dating, and I tell you I'm not the romantic type. I don't buy flowers. I don't do much of anything that would be considered romantic. That's something that I think should wait until we're engaged or married. Meanwhile, you are treating me much better than the women I dated in the past ever did. And one day, somehow, you discover that the women I dated before you got flowers, cards, expensive dinners. And they were women that I've told you were significantly of lesser value than you. And I cared far less about them. They were just kind of, these casual flings, and they didn't really matter to me. How about that one? Anything? Anything?
You can communicate.
I don't think you're gonna win her over.
I really don't like. I don't know how to explain it better, but
So none of those scenarios.
I'm still gonna disagree.
None of those scenarios said, okay, yeah, I understand. None of those.
No.
Oh my God.
Okay, how about this? It's like going to a fancy restaurant. You're waiting in line. Everyone is paying $1 for a fancy T-bone steak. And then when it's finally your turn, you're informed that all they have left is a McDonald's burger that will cost you $1,000. You're then told not to get angry. You should be lucky that you're paying for everyone else. That was I'm sorry, that was not a good one.
Okay. I don't know how to. Never mind.
How about this? It's kind of like, I mean, I would certainly give a woman credit if she was upfront about it. But what ends up happening is women will sort of like LARP and pretend like, oh, these were always my standards, and I've always treated men, I've always made men wait. Lo and behold, though, like that was never truly, you're basically lying, which is an issue in and of itself. That was never your standard in the past. So it's kind of this fraud, because the whole point of a woman having a waiting period before she has sex is supposed to be due to her not being someone that gives sex away so easily. So having a man wait implies that I'm not easy to get into bed.
Okay, but it's kind of thanks to men that we think that way, isn't it?
Think what way?
Like the fact that. Anyways, does anyone else want to talk?
She's gonna die on that hill. So I mean,
Yeah.
I say we just cap it.
No, I'll read one more.
I don't know if I think I tapped
I felt
out.
like mine about what's a good analogy, but nobody agreed.
I got maybe one more. Your boyfriend of 5 years has yet to propose to you. He tells you he wants to take things slow, and he isn't ready yet. You find out that he proposed to his previous 2 ex-girlfriends after just 9 months of dating. Anything? Bueller? Anything?
If I'm waiting for a proposal and he hasn't given it to me in 2 years, then I probably wouldn't have stayed in that relationship for 2 years.
That doesn't make sense though, because
But-
how would you know what the future looks like?
Because like let's say it's been a year,
Mm-hmm.
then you would break it off because like it's been a year and you still haven't proposed.
Here,
Would you give an ultimatum?
No.
You don't
'Cause
believe in
you can't really
ultimatums?
change a person.
I think ultimatums are powerful. If you actually mean it though, not if you're just using it manipulatively.
Yeah, but most people use it
Okay.
manipulatively.
Here,
Yeah,
well,
but if you stand on that, it can work. Sorry.
We've lingered on this one for too long. So hold on. Let me just, last thing here. So basically, look, it's this. Women are going to, it's like a woman's position is, I'm going to make you wait an arbitrary amount of time because I want to give you the impression that I'm not quick to give out sex, but in actuality I am, just not for you. That's how we're going to view it as a guy. Moving on, let's do Twitch.